Nerds. What is good? We back here in the flesh.
In the flesh.
In the flesh.
Oh, we can
First time.
high five.
Yes.
We can pound it.
Fist bumping over here.
Oh.
Over here in the Moo Cafe, Moo Coffee in Sumida, Tokyo.
So
Chilling.
for this one. Episode 70.
Episode 70 episodes.
Nerds. Thanks everyone for hanging out. I'm so excited that we're gonna be able to have a real
Face-to-face
face-to-face.
Yes.
Yeah, fucking like literal face-to-face, not like FaceTiming, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is a rare occasion, so we're in a tight ass schedule, but the man made it happen.
Yeah,
Got
barely.
together.
Barely.
And just want to get an extra shout out to Ayumu of Moo. You may know him from being a part of the Soul team, and he's
always
gracious enough to let us use his space. This is one that we did a Tokyo episode with, and hopefully in the future, maybe we'll do some more.
Absolutely. I like the Moo series. It's nice.
When Rod comes to Japan, we have to make it happen.
Yeah. Even if it is just a quick sesh, we got to do it.
Exactly. So episode
70
Japan time.
It's
4 o'clock, 4:01
p.m.
I forgot already. Or 17?
17th year
Zero Sander.
Damn. Time flies when you're having fun.
And man, this is going to be a solo ep of just the two nerds going back to the old school days of just talking shit.
I mean,
Talking shit.
a lot's been going on lately.
So I think everyone's been cool. I don't think there's
I mean,
or actually, I have one thing. I have one point that I do want to talk about. I don't know if it's like talking shit, but it's kind of like cracking open an idea of maybe people have that, but nobody really says, or maybe they do, but they're like, eh. Just start.
What is it? What is it?
28 tricks later.
Oh, yeah.
Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Ah.
We're getting to that point. It's been what, 10 years now?
Yeah, I see.
10 years. I think it depends on like who you are in Kendama, how long you've been in it, and what you have to offer, because that's the biggest thing that I think people have pressure to do. Making something never been done.
Yeah,
for them
that is
their
the hard
hopes.
part. Yeah.
If we look in the past, like it was, I feel like a little easier when this community was a little bit smaller.
Well, I mean, the tricks were easier too, a little bit. It was like, yeah, everything was fresh and new.
Yeah.
Now it's at a point where every trick's been done 1,000 times, and it's, even if it's new for you, you know, it's like, I guess I see what you're saying. It kind of gets a little bit repetitive to see the same people doing tricks over and over, kind of thing. But like, you know, I don't know. That's kind of what the internet is, isn't it? It's all the same shit. It's all fucking cats and piss and fart jokes and fucking porn, and yeah. And then
at least we
when our tricks later.
And then 28 tricks later, and that's like another thing where before the IG algorithm was chronologically based, so you were able to scroll a good amount and then see most of the people's stuff. Where now it has kind of flip-flopped. Like
it's just
I was like, okay, so there's been people who've been leaving Instagram in the Kendama scene.
Yes.
And this is something that is interesting to take, because that's where everyone does like so much congregating, connecting,
absolutely,
conversations, comments, of course, uploading and stuff. Not no one, but people are slacking maybe on YouTube. Maybe not with your help, you know.
I'm trying.
Every January we get a big burst of coming through.
Big burst.
But with Instagram, it's like this is where the community is, and if you're like not there, then you could feel like just not a part of it. Oh, here he is.
Arigato.
Let me yourself. Amy.
You've been bringing in the coffee. Look at this beautiful latte.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mine's coming up.
What a guy.
And
you know, I've been, I don't want to derail the conversation, but I've been in Hokkaido and I've been making lattes and stuff, and I know the hardest hard it is to do this. Like, you should have seen mine. It's just a plop.
the plurp.
The plurp. Oh.
Dude, I've been enjoying it thoroughly since I've gotten here, and talking with Kota is over in the back too, and they're just learning about how nerdy Kota is with coffee stuff.
He's super deep. Yeah. Coffee goes real deep.
Man, and it does. But any case.
Yes, 28 tricks later.
Putting it on Instagram. And so another thing, like, we're going back to how I was saying people are leaving Instagram, like people are like, you know,
Yeah.
Grove, Weens as of recent. And like me too, I'm like not totally off of it at all, but I'm trying to wean myself off.
I got your phases definitely. Oh, wean.
Yeah. And so I think it is a good move. And so what I've been doing, I've been just trying to like be like, okay, 30 minutes or something, you know, just really keep my time short. But with 28 tricks later, in that certain time, I'll like maybe I'll like a handful of people's posts, and then I'm like, okay, I got to get off this thing.
Yeah.
Next day I go on, check it out. Guess who I see's, you know, who posts?
Same people.
Those same people. Then maybe they're new posts. Like, okay, cool. But throughout the month, I only see like 10 people's stuff.
Yeah, the algorithm's weird with that shit. It doesn't really like fully give you what you want, you know? It gives you what it thinks you want. So it's, in that case, it's fucking, but I don't know. On the other hand though, with 28 tricks later, you know, the whole point of it is to challenge yourself and to like better yourself as a kendama player, and using Instagram as like a platform to kind of push you, you know? It's like kind of like a thing to make you...
A deadline?
Like a deadline, yeah, exactly. Like without that, you're just kind of doing it, right? So this is like a little bit of incentive kind of thing
to go.
So there is that, you know, but then there's the whole like consumer part of Instagram as well, when like you're obviously, if you open the app, there's like 1,000 things that blast you, and you're like, oh, so it's blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
And you're like, before you even know it, it's been 40 minutes, and you're like, wait, what the fuck was I doing?
I was actually just wanting to check a picture that I
Dude, I
early today.
I can't stand that, dude. I had to go to try to send a message or something. I open the app and I'm like, down the fucking hole I go. And it is fucking...
I've heard of this app, which I should probably put in install, where it links to Instagram or like any social media account that you have or app. And when you go to open the app, a message pops up, like a default that says, hey,
are you sure you want to...
Are you just... Yeah.
Damn, that's kind of sick.
Wait a second. Let me give... It's like a 15-second counter to be like, you're going to say yes or no. Think about it.
Because yeah, in 15 seconds, that's a long time to sit here. You're like,
yeah, no, I got other shit to do. It's more difficult. Like this year, you opted out. You're a busy man this month.
Dude, I really thought I was going to do it, but yeah, I'm kind of pretty fucking glad I didn't actually.
Yeah.
I did actually put out a lot of content this month though, more than I have in the last little while.
You got NERDS?
I like
editing.
Yeah.
You found a few.
Yeah. Well, so I started like, I've been using this thing for a while actually, with all of the past 28 tricks later too. There's like in the last couple of years, I've been doing the 28 Damas later. Yeah. And this year I wasn't at home, so I couldn't do that challenge again. So I figured I was gonna do tricks, but then I was like, the first came and I was just not about it. I was like working and shit, and then like the next day I was leaving, and it was like to Japan.
Oh, yeah. When did you leave?
I left on the 2nd.
On the 2nd.
So it was like, and then I'm in Japan, and I'm like, now I'm in a different time zone, and I'm like, you know, I'm here, like I've played more kendama here than I do at home anyways, but also is like just the whole thing of it, you know, like Jack came out to Hokkaido as well. Jack from Hokkaido,
yeah,
and he was doing the challenge, so he was every day filming some shit.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like, every time I was like, man, have fun. I'm gonna be over here drinking this beer.
You have it
making it kind of
fun.
Yes,
because I think that, like, again, it's where you are within kendama, and like if you're comparing example you versus but you and Jack. Jack is still
like a little fresher to the game.
Yeah.
He's
a toddler still within the game. No offense or anything, but he's got more maybe passion to be like, yeah, I want to knock out this challenge for myself. And
you see, on the other side though, I'm like a little bit frustrated with myself to not like take on that challenge, you know? Like it kind of feels bad to be like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. Even though, like I said, I have been playing more kendama. I've been way more active kendama wise in the last month than I have been in the last little while.
But question, playing kendama versus posting the trick for a challenge?
That's different.
Dude, because for me, I'm like, playing kendama is just like picking it up for the 5 seconds I have in the day to just do a whirlwind. That's it. Put it back down.
And that's beautiful. That's the beautiful part of it, is that you don't have to plug it in. You don't have to wait. It doesn't have to load. Yes, it's there. She's fucking loaded, ready to fucking rip.
And that's
any given moment.
And that's when like you can kind of see the variation of thought within the kendama scene or the players of, is this person going to be doing a new trick that they've never done before, or are they just going to be showcasing their style and kind of like perfecting it in some way by daily uploads?
Or like, you know, there's lots of different ways to approach it too, which is what I like about the challenge, is that you can find different avenues, you know, whether it's like 28 backgrounds later, you know, or like I was doing 28 different kendamas, or like 28 different types of tricks. And oh, arigato. Oh, honey latte. Oh, for me, honey. So nice.
I was doing illustrations.
Coffee kampai.
Coffee kampai. Wish it was beer.
Yeah, exactly. You were doing illustrations.
I was doing straight up illustrations, which in the end, so I took a turn because, so I started thinking like, what should I do? I've been taking part in the past few years. It's been awesome. And I've been like thinking like, this is very great. Like you're mentioning, right? You want to push yourself, you want to enjoy it. But I'm like, how much time do I have? In the past, like I've been doing this, I'm fucking busy actually in the month of February.
Right.
So this is actually like a really bad time to have this personally for me. So it's like, okay, there's no pressure from anybody to do it, right?
Yeah. Well,
But so like you said, you're pissed at yourself.
the pressure comes from yourself. Yeah, maybe it's like a bit of a social thing because you see everybody else doing it and you're like, well, I want to be a part of the community as well, right? But I don't know. It's an interesting vibe, you know, like I go back and forth with it. So look, I really, like I said, at first really thought I was going to do it. I was like, well, I guess this year I'm just doing tricks. Fuck it.
Yeah.
But then turned out I just didn't have it in me the first day. And I didn't want to be like on day 7 being like, 1 to 7, here we go. Like, you know, which some people do, which is fine. But,
Totally.
and I'm just kind of trying to look at it and trying to just keep my motivation at a level, you know, and so that I can just keep continually just like when I feel like motivated to make a post and like make a little edit thing like I've been doing. Like, you know, like in Hokkaido, I've been experiencing some cool stuff. And like I had that program I was talking about, which I've used in the past. And it's all just on my phone.
Yeah.
And this is another thing though, too, is that I fully had the intention of making an edit while I was in Hokkaido.
Okay.
And
that was the plan before?
Yeah. But then I just like, I made a quick edit. Like, I don't even remember how it came about. It was like the one day.
The Instagram got you.
It wasn't even the Instagram. It was just that I was filming it on my phone. Because I have a GoPro with me, but I didn't have it with me, and I was like at these spots, and I was like, I'm just gonna film a quick trick, you know.
You got.
And then when I filmed the trick for the Terra Standards came out.
Oh yes.
So I was like, well, I gotta post. Yeah, I gotta post for that.
personal.
So I made one, and I was like, well, that was like fun and easy, and like this app has like a lot more like fun little transition-y things and fireballs and all sorts of crazy shit. It's called UCut.
Okay. Not CapCut.
Not CapCut. YOU.
YOU?
Yeah. YOU.
Start after you. Yeah. I'm like you.
Yeah. But
we spell things differently in Japan.
yeah, sometimes. But yeah, so like I just started doing that, and then I was like, it just turned into, you know, now I've done one, so like there's no point in starting an edit now. So I was just like, I'm just gonna make a little Instagram series, and just like, it's funny because they started like getting longer and longer, as like the last one I did was like 4 minutes. The first one was like a minute.
Yeah.
And so, which, you know, then it's like in Instagram, I didn't realize that reels can only be 3 minutes.
Right.
So like I posted one and I'm like, wait, where's the end?
And it doesn't tell you that there's
a quick little notification pops up really quick.
Oh, okay.
But then it like disappears really quick too.
Because I've had ones that didn't tell me, or maybe like I said, don't show me this warning again. And like I would upload and then
Tell me what to do.
luckily I'm like watching it back to see how cool I look on the fucking screen. And I'm like, and it just cuts off towards the end. I'm like, the whole thing's like for the end, the last line is the most important thing.
Yeah, right?
But
well, that was, the last one too, where it was like I wrote a thing in Japanese being like, you know, Hokkaido is so sick, and I just wanted to thank everyone so much because I just had such a great time. And yeah, so like that wasn't in there
for everyone who didn't understand Japanese.
It was a little bit of Hokkaido band in there, a little Hokkaido style Japanese.
Did you?
Yeah. Namara saiko.
Oh.
Namara is like very.
Oh,
so like very saiko.
Different dialects.
Is like
within the different areas of Japan, and
so Hokkaido was super sick, is what it said. But
it looked amazing. We want to get there, but I do want to add a little more to this 20.
Oh yeah, no, please.
Because it's huge within the community.
It is.
It's massive.
It's become a very big part of it.
And I feel like I see more people kind of beat themselves up, or maybe it's again the people that I'm just following, the people that I'm liking to like support, and those common connections of it feels like it's like a stressful thing.
Totally.
For me, this year, I didn't have an idea right away, and then after I think like day 4 or something, I was like, let me try to like, get back into illustration stuff, push myself and do more with kendama art. And I was like, hey, and this, I could, if anyone wants it, they could pick one up. Maybe I'll turn some into designs or something.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, it's a win-win.
Yeah.
And this is awesome. But the time thing was difficult. And then I'm like, okay, I'm going to play catch up. So the first post I did was like whatever on the 4th or something, but I said 1 out of 28, right?
Yeah.
And I think after like the 5th day, and I wasn't doing all of them. I was just doing like 1 at a time. Where I was like, maybe on the weekend I'll be able to get a few more in.
I see.
But by the 5th one, I was just like, fuck it. I'm like, this is not going to work.
Yeah.
And there was some evenings, I always did it in the evening when the family was asleep, and that's when I would ink and stuff. But sometimes I was just like, I'm so beat, like I need to stay up for another like hour to do this thing right now. And so I just gave up on it. And that happened in a few times in repetition where I was like, fuck this catch-up thing.
Yeah.
And
that's a tough game to play.
After I did, because one is like NERDS, I saw him like taking pictures of like the man.
Yeah.
And like he's like, I'm gonna fucking.
He crushed it.
It's just
very
awesome stuff. But again, it takes time. Even though it's like it's not a kendama trick, but we still have that, some sort of creativity mindset to create something that you're proud of and you put out there, and then you get like 30 likes. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that happens.
There's 0 comments.
Yeah. But it's also like the act of putting it on Instagram is the biggest pain in the ass.
Oh,
like filming the trick, sure, you got to grind it, you get it, whatever, or whether it's that or drawing something or staying up to do that or however it is, but then it's like you have to get through jump the hoops of the fucking metaverse hoops and get the shit up there so people can see it, and you're just like, why am I doing these again? Every day, that's the fucking thing. Like, fuck that.
That's where I kind of came to, like, once I said, fuck the whole catch-up thing, and when I do it, like, I'm just going to post, like, whatever day that is of the 28.
Yeah.
Like, and just whatever. I was, like, huge sigh of, like, relief on my mental about creating these posts and putting them out daily. I'm like, because you don't have to. And again, nobody's expecting it. And the only person to put pressure on you is yourself. So it's this weird, crazy, like mental battle that 28 Tricks Later does to people. Of course, that's not what it's meant to do, but it has shifted, and depending on people's mindset, it can shift into something that's more destructive
in ways. Yeah.
Positive.
100%.
So be careful out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's just all about keeping it fun, it's your mindset. It's like something that you have to remember when you're going through this shit is that, I guess that's part of the challenge though, right? Is it's not only about like doing the best trick that's ever been done every day. It's about just like pushing yourself to get a trick or to meet your goal, whether it's like, like it's just like life, everything comes in waves. There's ups and there's downs, and it's like when those down days come, you still have to perform, you still have to do your shit.
Right, right.
And that's
you're going to
step
challenge.
That's the biggest part of our challenge, I think.
Yeah.
And so maybe in a way that's really like a nice little message kind of takeaway that you can get from 28. Even though you struggle, you smash your kendama all to pieces 3 times, whatever. At the end of it, you still come out, you're still alive, you still love kendama. Maybe you don't want to post for a few days or months or years but afterwards, but
but maybe that was it. That was like good enough for you, because I feel like
I think it should be. You should be proud of what you're doing, even if it's not your best. You still are doing it, and it's something that I think is something to be said about that as well.
It's just a tough. I guess again, I should say for myself, it was a tough thing to like really come to grips with. Of looking at your Instagram profile as something you're proud of, or something you're like, hey, this is mine, and this is how I want the world to see me. And it's such a pressure volcano of like of making it good, and you're like, oh, like example, like I look in the past, I'm like scrolling, I'm like, oh, I'm like, there's 28 Tricks Later of like last year, and then like I only have like a few posts in between, and then there's like the last year again. Oh damn, like I was that unactive. And then
I've noticed that too.
Kind of kick myself,
And that's kind of more what I was thinking too, is that like you know, with my recent activity and stuff, like, yeah, 28's great with that for sure. But like, just like keeping that motivation, you know, riding that wave, and just like when you have a moment where, like, you know, for me, like when I'm in a cool spot, you know, like I'm staying at someone's place in front of Mount Yotei-zan.
Oh,
It's just
man.
like, oh,
I don't know it was right
got our film right there.
I don't know it was right
It is
there.
right fucking there. It's crazy. When it was snowy, you couldn't see it all the time, but when it was clear, it was right there.
Right.
But like, yeah, it's like, how am I going to not go out there and just film a quick trick? You know, like I'm inside playing kendama anyway. It's like, I'll grab a shovel, prop my fucking phone up. Let's go. You know, literally what I did. And then like hanging out with people, like, you know, that I found a lot of motivation through that as well, was just like being with those guys,
Yeah.
you know, and then just like that's their energy, you know, and then like that really gets me going. And then it's like, you know, Kentaro was around as well. Kentaro does a lot of editing and stuff. So you know, after I made that first one, they were like, whoa, the editing thing is cool. Like all the little ZD things and shit. And so we're talking about it. And then it was like, that kind of made me stoked. You know, and then like Nobu was there. Nobu made a Kuchan playlist. Like for like that we were listening to for it. So like that's where a lot of that music, that, and then Yasu dropped his album while we were there. And Yasu's album slaps. If you haven't listened to Yasu's album, you should go check it out. It's actually so sick.
Yasu.
And so like, yeah, so like, there's been a lot.
I'm back.
Yasu is coming back.
Actually,
fun little fact about that is that like a lot of the stuff he talks about in his lyrics is the reason why it's called that, is that he had a whole fiasco with a manager that was like brainwashing him and making him do all this weird shit, and like she was the one who made him do like the Cyber Devil fake and shit like that. And very, very weird shit. Anyways, but so he got away from that.
I did some snooping, and I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, and his whole thing with this is that him coming back to himself.
Yep.
So this is like Yasu being Yasu from now on. And that's like some of his lyrics are like, oh, I don't need a manager or anything. I'm just make shit myself.
One of the dopest things, dude, an old shotgun interview I did with him when he was a tyke. And I was like, hey, you know, like, what is your dream when you grow up? And, you know, I think off camera I was talking to him about, like, you know, your dad's a drummer for a hardcore band. And so that's his career. Like, are you thinking about something like that? And he's like, yeah, music, but I want to be a rapper. That's what he said. So fucking awesome to see him continue with it. Not only that, to hear this backstory of being like, wait, no, I'm like, taking reins.
He's fucking in he's doing it, dude, in the right way. It's sick. I love it. And he's 15. He's writing all of his own shit. He's making all the beats himself. He's mixing and mastering himself.
You got a little bass. You got a little feature.
Yeah, I got me a little bass. Yeah, we made another one. I did a little guitar line for him on another track.
Noodled some
literally freestyle shit. Like the bass was like when we were at my house in Vancouver. And I think, I don't remember which one of us said it, but I think I brought it up. It was like, I have a bass. Like, if you want, we can record some bass for it, whatever.
When was that?
Or that was last year. That was when they came to Vancouver. So it was like
afterward. No, after EKC.
Yes, yeah, it was after EKC last year. Yes, exactly. That was. Yeah. And like some of the songs are talking about that too. Like if you listen to his lyrics, he's like from Leiden to Vancouver, like make some doing Ken shaping, like hop in the Evo, the rental car things that we use.
Shaping.
Yeah, shaping. Yeah, man.
Oh, dude, let's go into that. Let's, if you're cool, Hokkaido, because this Hokkaido
Kendama Party.
Kendama Party.
Dude, it was wild, man. It was
what was this? It seemed like from the outside an actual event that you see Kentaro and Soma put together.
It was.
And I thought, I'm not sure of like how much of the outside, like non-sponsored kendama players were a part of it. Because when we saw the videos, it seemed like it was just like you guys hanging out at his house.
It was. That's exactly what it was.
Slapping, laughing, ears, you know?
Literally that. So basically...
Spliffs maybe?
Yeah.
Coffees.
Definitely. But basically what it was like, it was Soma and Kentaro's 10-year anniversary of kendama. And so to celebrate, they made a party, essentially, which was a 2-day thing. But they invited like the asobinin, like the like play people. How do you fucking asobinin?
Asobinin? Just people to hang out with.
Yeah, like him, the shredder,
the party people,
the homies, basically. So like a bunch of people that could came. And then stayed as long as we wanted. Like I was the longest. I was the last one to leave. Yeah. But I wasn't the first one to get there. Yeah. You know, like Kengo and Hyo and those guys were there before me.
Kengo's from Hokkaido, no?
Kengo's from Nagoya.
No, okay, not Kengo. Yeah, that's right. Kengo was there. Oh shit. Yeah.
But Soma is from Hokkaido.
Soma, yeah. And Kentaro.
And yeah, so there was like an event it's all at Soma's house. His house is pretty big. There's like a a building on the side of his house, which used to be a cafe that his mom ran called Anyways. And now it's just like a big cafe spot, but like that's why there's the big coffee machine and everything, and everybody, and the space to hang out. And like in the front of that, there's like a little like space where his workshop is now. And then outside of that, there's an exterior little like kind of house that's just like bunk beds and
okay.
you know, it's like, so a bunch of us just piled in there and slept in there.
Nice.
You know, and then like there was like the inside of the house where like the girls slept and shit like that and whatever. But yeah, and we all just hung out for like, I was there for a month essentially almost, and just made shit and played kendama every day and like went snowboarding. There's some of the craziest snow that the world has ever seen, I think. Some of like record-breaking snow, and that's like some of the best snow in the whole world for snowboarding and shit. Like, it was crazy.
Where's that place called?
Hirafu.
There's a, okay. Is that what it is?
Yeah, the ski hill is called Hirafu, the closest one that we went to. But we even had like in his yard, his dad had this big fucking tractor that he moves the snow around because there's so much snow.
Oh man.
Like big fucking thing.
Yeah.
So there's just piles of snow, piles and piles of snow. So we made like they started it without me, but we collectively made like a course where like you'd start up here with the sled and slide around a corner, down a chute into a hole underneath a pile of snow. Like, it was so sick, dude. We were just all fucking around, just, you know, like I haven't done that kind of shit in forever, you know, and it was super fun. Especially like, it's very, very funny from my perspective being like, you know, I'm 37 years old. All these guys are fucking like 20.
Yeah.
And some are less, you know, and I'm like fully outperforming all of them, you know, they're all like, and I'm just like, get on my level, you little fucks, let's go, come on.
No, definitely, you could see that when you were on the board, cruising down.
Yeah.
You held it all the way down the line.
That's right.
And everyone's just like, what?
They're like, what? I'm like, bro, I've been doing this since like 10 years before you were born. I'm from Canada, bro. I know.
That's right. Yeah, I know snow. You know snow.
I might live in Vancouver now, but I didn't always.
And then,
but yeah,
was there any kind of like a competitions? Like
yeah, that's exactly. Yeah. So it was a very chill. It was like you chose your opponent, and whoever wants to go battle, you just go battle. And they had a list of trips there was 3 different courses of cards you could choose from the 3. They all had different names. I can't remember. And then whoever won would get to like choose from, there was a list of prizes. So there was like a couple kens that like Soma had made a ken for a prize. I burned a ken that I brought. Kentaro burned a ken that he brought.
Okay.
There was like Kentaro had tied a whole bunch of like kind of like the GT sidekicks, like the little Dama holster kind of things. He tied a fuck ton of those things. Soma had a bunch of little cups that he like little like bowly, like just leftover wood from kendamas, whatever. Just scoop them into a cup and then, you know, whatever. Use them for your jewelry or like your little rolly thingies or whatever, you know.
Anything.
There was all sorts of stuff.
Bearings.
He did what is it called when you with the piece of paper and you write the kanji on it, like the calligraphy kind of stuff. Yeah, he had some of those. So I won one of those. Actually, it just says coffee.
Oh,
which is sick. He had some. Yeah, no, in kanji.
Oh, okay,
Yeah. And I didn't know that until recently either.
Yeah.
But yeah, lots of cool shit. And then so the second day, we actually had the main event was we took the gondola up Hirafu, like that ski hill. Just the kendama players getting on the fucking gondola. It was hilarious. And we all just rode the gondola up to the top. And where the gondola comes up, there's like a building that it enters where everyone gets off. And as they come around, there's like a big open space next to it. And they let us use that space. So that's where we had the event. It was, they proudly called it the world's coldest kendama event. And it was fucking freezing. And I didn't know what was happening. Soma was very frou-frou about the information. So I didn't really know. He was like, yeah, we're going to play kendama. So I didn't even wear like my warmest clothes, you know, like I was kind of like sitting there just like, you motherfucker.
Gotta keep moving.
But there was like a lodge right there, which like, you know, like the ski lodge, it was expensive as fuck. But like, you know, they had Yona Yona on tap.
Ooh, on tap.
On tap. So I had a $12 Yona Yona, which was, yeah, you know,
It is what it is.
it was. And but
with the company, with the scenery.
But it was a good time. And then so we did it there. And then after that, later on, we went down to Soma's parents own a pizza place called Yummy's Pizza.
Yeah.
And above that, there's a little like lunch spot that his mom runs called Teppanya.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, it's like just like homemade food, like curry and skillety. Yeah, really, really good. She's such a good cook. It was But anyway, we had that space for the evening, so we went and like just literally filled that bar with like beers and sake and whatever, and then we had the finals there, and we got a whole bunch of pizza from down below and just had a big party up there.
Nice.
And that was where the finals happened.
That was his
and
place.
Nonaka won the entirety of it, which was sick. Yeah, I have so many funny pictures, man, like just craziness. It was like, you know, we were joking around, of course, and it's like, oh, when somebody misses, we drink. And then it was like, oh, they missed. And then it was like, oh, they did it. Oh, cheers. Oh, just fucking idiots. It was great. We had such a good time. And then after that, we went to the club, which, you know, like, Niseko's a weird...
Niseko, that's...
that's like the town.
I was thinking of,
It's a weird town, man. It is not Japan. Yeah. So many Aussies.
Yeah.
Like, so many foreigners.
For them, it's like summer.
Yeah.
And they would come up to come join.
Oh yeah, speaking of the Asobinins, we got Nobu here.
More Niseko is more hell.
Niseko hell. Yeah, it's
Jigoku?
Pretty weird.
Yeah, it's not fucking Japan. Like anywhere you'd go, like there were very few Japanese people.
Yeah.
Even the people working were either Australian or like not all Aussies, but you know, like a lot of foreigners, like definitely English speaking.
Yeah.
People were absolutely blown away when I spoke Japanese to them. It was hilarious. Like when we did find it, they're like, "Whoa, a gaijin that speaks Japanese? What that exists? What the fuck?" Like, it was great.
Oh no, but was that your first time there?
Nice. Third time.
Third?
Yeah. But second time in snow season.
Okay. It was the most fru time.
When I went there, March, May.
This year?
May.
2 years ago.
2 years ago. Okay.
Yeah.
May, there's no gaijin.
Yeah.
Snow season.
Okay.
Only.
Yeah. Because again, right? That's the Australians. It's their summer vacation. Their summer break.
That makes sense, I guess.
And they come up for snow sports.
Mm-hmm.
And I've heard that they've bought a lot of the properties up there. There's like a lot of like apartment, mansion, or even like Ikea's like houses too, that are with the cheapness of the yen. People are coming in. They're like, oh, this is my summer home.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, the summer winter home.
Japan.
Japan. But yeah, it was wild to like we went to the club that night and everything, and it was literally like walking through a portal. It was
okay.
Yeah, and I have all the guys, but then like of course there's like I have pictures of this where Yasu's up on the stage with like a bunch of the girls like they're up on like standing on the bar essentially dancing, and then Yasu's up there twirling a kendama around, you know, like so fucking good.
We did a mosh pit.
Oh yeah, we had a mosh pit. Yeah. Oh yeah, one guy got mad at me. Yeah, you got, because I mean we're just pushing, you know, and this I got like hella push, and I was just in it, you know, and I gave him a pretty good shove. I didn't like, you know, shove. It was it was elbow sideways. It was a full like metal mosh pit shove. Like I was in them, and then he came over and was like, "Yo, what'd you push me for, bro?" And it's like, bro, it was the vibe. I'm sorry, you know, like I was in the vibe. Like it wasn't the vibe. I'm like, well, I don't know what to tell you, dude. Like I pushed you. I'm sorry. Like, do you want me to buy you a beer? Like that was kind of eventually it was all good at the end of it, but it was just like, man, like I get it and I'm sorry, but like it was like, you know, we're pushing and shit. Well, yeah, I get pushed, I'm gonna push back. I mean, it's not like I punched him, you know. It was like
Japan story.
Yeah, that's how not Japan it is. It was very frou-frou. Super fucking frou-frou,
dude.
But yeah, so we spent basically that whole time just hanging out. We'd hit like we'd wake up in the morning and Soma would already be on the lathe making something for sure every day.
Yeah.
And then it's like, you know, whenever that is one of the hardest working lathes I've ever seen. That thing doesn't stop. It's just going. Because well, I mean, Soma would do something, and then next is like, I'm gonna hop in. You know, like Nobu made what, 2 Kens?
Yeah, I made 2.
2 Kens for the first time. Yeah.
Old school.
Yasu made 2 or 3.
Ken USA.
Yeah.
So a tribute.
No. No more tribute.
No more tribute.
It's I designed from.
It's like a Kaizen.
No, Nova.
Oh, okay.
But I miss.
Yeah. Good, okay.
Yeah.
My pickup was smaller than I saw.
Okay, 2 small
It
cups.
was too Yeah. Like the OG.
Oh, no.
Okay, there we go. Yeah. And then I changed the can sizes.
Yeah.
This is wire braid 2015 from full board.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Mhm.
That's fine.
Well, that happens with turning.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like actually, I think everybody that came at least turned something, whether it was just a little cup or like with cough or whatever. Like I can't tell you how many Kens I made. I think I made at least 10 or 12 while I was there.
Yeah.
And then like I made bowls and shit that I'd never done that before, like a big hunk of walnut.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that one
The
turned out very
you
cool.
put it- yeah.
Well, I didn't put that in there. That was a piece that Soma had gotten. It was just sitting there. And the whole time I was looking at it like this needs to be something. And then eventually I was like, yo, like I used another piece of oak first and I made a little one. And then I got,
Okay.
so Soma's dad is a surfboard maker. So on the opposite side of the house, he has his workshop where he's shaping surfboards and shit.
Whoa.
So he has a whole resin, like epoxy, like factory essentially in there. And he knows what he's doing with all that shit. So anytime there was like, you know, like, oh, I'm making this thing, it kind of exploded, like put some resin in here. And he's like, yeah, I think I can do that. And then the next day he'd bring it back to you with resin in it and you just have to put it back on the lathe and cut that off.
これまあやってみる。
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He did it.
It was, yeah. And so that was like a lot of the shit we made too was like that. Like I made a cup, a little, the Sakazuki cup. So it was basically like this. It had a little saucer with it and everything.
Yeah.
No handle. It was just like this. But
Yes.
in my video, you see me drink from it. The one
Yeah.
when I put the umeshu
Little
with the snowball in it. Yeah, the real rock. But yeah, I mean, we're just making shit and just hanging out. Like, I made a couple of shapes I'd never done before. Like, I made Chin Yang the 2000s shape.
Yeah.
She gave me one of those Kens, and I was like, I'd never even seen one before this trip in person. I don't think.
Yeah.
And I was like looking at it, and then for some reason later that night, I got inspired to like. There was this big hunk of keyaki that hadn't been cut yet, and it was kind of a weird, like softer keyaki, and I was just like, fuck it, I'm going for it. So I just grabbed the saw and just and threw it on the lathe and I made her that shape.
Nice.
But that was one of the things where like, it was crazy with like, there was a huge knot in the big cup. So of course that piece like just chonked out, but then we gave it to Tomo-san and he put resin in it and fixed it. So she got it back with the resin in it, so, which is pretty cool. Like what else did I make? I made a jack shape for Tani because Tani is on the jack team.
Yeah.
So like he helped me out too. We did it together. But like, yeah, and it was like pretty good jack shape, like pretty sick. And then just fucking around. Like I made one OG jack. Yeah. I made one that was just, I didn't measure. I just went for it. No, and just like, it ended up being real skinny. But it still plays, it's fine. Like it's fun kendama.
Seems like Yasu made a super skinny one too.
Yasu made a fucking shank.
Little.
It ended up being like a mini.
Yeah.
I brought it to him last night. It was very sick actually. That means
also made super.
Oh yeah, Ibu also did too. Yeah, he made one that was even more skinny actually.
Oh man.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, Ibu's been out there for like 3 months
Oh no way.
or something. He's working at Yummy's and just living at Soma's house. So he's the longest one out there for sure.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Still there.
Yeah, he's still there. Yeah.
4 months?
Yeah.
Sick.
Mhm.
Working holiday みたいな感じ?
Yeah. He has become Hokkaido jin ni natta ne. He's like already a Hokkaido person.
Dude. So it just doesn't sound like an event. I mean, like it does, yes,
I
but
mean-
it's more like a retreat.
Exactly.
You know?
It's kind of more of the like, have you ever heard of Super Stoker?
Yeah.
It's kind of more like those vibes.
Yeah.
Where it's like, it's more about just getting together and hanging the fuck out. You
Yeah.
know, it's like, yeah, we're here for kendama because like all of us are nerds. We're gonna play kendama, you know, like whether we're together or not, we're going to be playing
organize some
kendama.
sort of event.
But this way,
it's just-
yeah, it's an excuse for us all to get together.
Yeah.
Is really what it was. And to just fuck around and throw snowballs at each other and make shit. And yeah, it was very dope. Yeah.
The sushi session.
Oh, such good sushi. Dude, Hokkaido sushi is the fucking best.
That seems so cool, especially because it's like there's like that feels like the roots, right? Within the kendama community, like a long time ago. It's just like close vicinity people who are like right in your area, jamming kendama and all about it and just hanging out and doing stupid stuff. But then as it's grown, like we're getting older too, but it's also being more focused into this box, if you will, forced into this box, you know, the Goken box. And of like, these are the rules. This is how you make points. This is how you get better.
Yeah, I
This
see.
is what
Like-
equals a good kendama player.
Mm.
Then it's like, wow. There was so much more when it was an innocent ball and cup.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, here comes the frou-frou. You know, and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
oh, this is what makes a snowball. Haha, frou-frou.
Every day.
Every day.
Just snowballs.
Dude, there was a hell of a lot of snowballs. It was great. It was great.
Are they gonna do it again?
Yeah, 100%.
Really?
Yeah, Soma gets to do...
They have to wait another 10 years, no?
Nah,
Is it-
I don't know about that.
Oh, maybe different seasons.
Yeah.
Well, Soma wants to do a Hokkaido Kendama party, but a Hokkaido Kendama Shapers party. So he wants to get people who make kendamas to come out and get together and just sesh that lathe.
Yeah.
I was like, man, we need another lathe.
I kind of thought like maybe that when I saw that, like you, it's not such a surprise that you come to Japan because it's just Rod and he's got these miles or something. But when I saw Jack come, I was like, oh man, Jack's coming. But then I remembered, the previous year that Soma went all over Europe, North America, and met up with a bunch of people who are shipping.
And PK, AKA.
Yeah. I think he went to New York. I don't know.
Yeah, we did. That's what I was gonna say. He did
York.
make one Ken at Jack's workshop.
There you go.
In New York before coming back home.
There you go.
After BATB.
Yeah. And I think, so I thought that was like a connection to be like, hey, this is gonna lead up to, since I went around the world, that you guys like come to me kind of thing. And maybe that's what he's gonna be.
It's kind of what he's trying to do essentially. Yeah. Which is pretty cool. And I mean, it's just a fun place to get to be anyways. Like, it's just nice and like chill and, you know, like there is everything. Like when you want to go out to the club or go out for dinner or whatever, there is a place that's not too far, you know. But for the most part, you're just at the house and it's like the mountains right there. It's just chill. There's snow up past your head, you know. It's fucking great. There's a lathe, there's a coffee machine ready to rip at any moment. It's, kind of a really magical place, actually.
Yeah. I bet the snow really added to it.
Oh, yeah. And the snow just brings an ambiance.
Nature,
right?
Yeah.
Like,
it's like this like almost desolate silence could be, you know, when no one's around. It's just like this calm.
One of the things too, like I learned while being there, was that there's a lot of like bears and other wildlife and shit there too, where if you're not careful, you can definitely encounter a bear.
Yep.
You know, like where Soma lives is it's not too far out.
They're tiny compared to American, where you know,
I mean, compared to grizzlies, but they're still fucking bears.
They'll still take you out.
They'll fuck you up.
They'll shape you.
Oh yeah, they will shape you. Yes, that's right. And like even like, I mean, that, you know, we always talk about our TV thing and how like TV crews always, for some reason, they just follow me around. I don't get it. I've been on TV 4 times since I've been here this month.
No way!
4 times.
Dude, I was laughing. I think I sent you a message too.
Yeah, you did.
When like
you did.
the first day you get here.
Yeah, it was
second
Yumi. It was here. Yeah, and Yumi was like, "Oh, I have a TV crew coming." He's like, "Are you down to like throw down?" I was like, "Yeah, I mean, of course." But then what was it? It was.
He told me like in like 2 weeks it should be like airing or something.
Oh, nice, nice. And those were actually like famous Hokkaido comedians, comedians from Hokkaido. Like the one dude is the dude that if you buy Sapporo Classic, there's like 2 faces on it of them going like Sapporo. Yeah. That's one of the dudes. It's so funny, man.
That's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
So that was the one time.
That was one time, and then the next was the Hokkaido Kendama Party. We had like he had TV and like newspaper and shit there that come to the event, and like we're like filming shit. Interviewed me, interviewed me and Gregor and everyone, and just kind of asked questions. Yeah, Gregor was there. And then, wait, there was another time before that. Wasn't there? Because the third one there was. Oh right. Okay, yeah. So there's that one, and then King-kun from Oki Island. He was on a TV show that he wanted to be a kendama maker, and he started making kendamas and stuff a little bit. So they contacted Soma, and he flew from Oki Island to Hokkaido to come and make one ken on TV, and like Soma was his master kind of thing, and I was there as the grand master, overlooking.
Who just sits in the back?
I did. That's literally what it was, and I'd come in every once in a while and be like, very nice, yes. Yeah. But so then that was the third time, and then randomly, me, Soma, and Yasu went out for ramen the one day at Nakama Ramen in Kuchan.
Okay.
And really local, tiny little ramen spot. It's really delicious. And we walk in there and there's a TV crew in the back, of course, just filming randomly. And then but there was a lineup because of that and yada yada. So we waiting outside, we're just playing kendama, and of course they come out and they're like, "What? Kendama? Like, this guy's the world champion. What?" Like, you know, and then it's like,
Turn on the camera, turn on.
and then they're like, "Well, do you mind if we," you know, and it was actually really funny because Soma always gets the one ramen, but they were trying to film everything, and there was this one, it was umeshio ramen. Umeshio chashu, so it was
Okay,
plum like salt ramen.
Yeah. Sour plum, yeah.
Yeah, that's nobody had ordered, and they wanted to film it, so they were like asking Soma to change his order. They were like, but of course they didn't even pay for his ramen though. They were just like,
Hey.
yeah, it's kind of like, bro, NHK, you can't afford a bowl of ramen for the price of like, you know? Yeah, it was NHK.
Wow, Japan.
It was funny, yeah, in Japan. But one of the funniest moments of that was fucking Soma. Yeah, why? One of the funniest moments was Soma was talking and just being Soma, you know, and just he's like, and they're like, "Oh, how is it?" And he's like, "Oh, the ume, I got shaping the ume, shaping." And there was
Inside jokes, like, what the fuck?
yeah, they had no idea, you know, like, and like eventually he started talking about they asked about kendama, of course, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I am kendama shaping and blah blah blah." And snow shaping, and so now we are ume shaping, you know, like.
He's like, you know that dude that I think he's Australian. Oh no, he was an Australian American dude who's on that news. Like it's like a meme kind of video that goes around. Is this dude just talking about the waves? He's like, dude.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
And then we were like, and then you get kicked out of the barrel.
Yeah, that guy always reminds me of Colin Sander.
I was gonna say Soma is the Japanese version of that guy, but yeah, say Colin.
Totally.
I could totally see.
Well, just the super deep lingo kind of thing. That's super Colin shit.
Deep.
You know, like just everything is
like understand, but every once in a while you're like, oh
yeah, no, I love it. It's
like,
so funny. That shit's great. But yeah, Hokkaido Kendama Party.
Kendama Party.
I mean, we did everything there. We made shit, we played shit, we dropped albums, we made videos, we made food, we made bowls, we made kendamas, we broke kendamas, we fixed them, we snowboarded. Oh, actually, we did everything.
You puked? Who puked?
I didn't puke. Get up.
Puke? 誰がやった?
No one. Actually, say
One? Did you?
No.
I know there's
Oh,
only one person.
For me, but one person did, but everything okay.
yeah, nice.
In the toilet.
It was a safe control. Yeah.
Right.
There was quite a bit of Soma passing out.
Yeah.
That was.
It seemed like you guys were like up all the time.
I mean, that dude just goes until he hits the wall, and then he just dies. He full on, like, he was turning a Ken the one night, and then he went and he turned the lathe off, and he stopped, sat down, he went,
Dude, out.
just out. And I was just like, dude, come on, you're on the lathe, like, what the fuck are you doing? Every day. Yeah, there was the one day I tried to like carry him to
We
bed.
start shaping at like 3 a.m.
Yeah. For dude, like the last event, well, I just went to an event in Sapporo and then the next day in Atsuma before leaving, right? For the Sapporo, for those events, they were like one event essentially, just two different separate places, 2 different days. But the night before we left, Soma was like, yo, we should make a Ken for that, like to give away. Are you down? Like, I'll make the Ken, you make the Cerado. And I was just like, yeah, that sounds sick. But he said this at about 2:30 a.m.
That's why you guys are double espressoing at 5 or something?
Yeah. Oh no, that was a different night. That was Yasu's last night.
Oh,
And they didn't sleep at all.
Oh,
They literally stayed up all night. And that's why Yasu made a beat called No Sleep, which was like that drum and bassy beat that I used in my last video from Kuchan. But and anyways, yeah, and so like of course Soma starts at 2:30 a.m. to make this Ken.
Oh.
And I'm like, bro, like I'm just sitting there like I'm waiting to make the Cerado, you know? And I'm like, I'm way faster than Soma is because I've been doing it for 10 years.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm just like,
It's gonna take a while.
all right.
Can I do the start?
Yeah.
Pop that guy off.
No, it was all good though. Like I started the Cerado at like 4. But I mean, for me, it's like it's 20-minute thing.
What was the shape? You guys just eyeballed
It was actually very crazy. It was like an artsy kind of thing. It was like very like lots of, he left a little nipple in the base cup
Yeah.
Like, so I put nipples in the other cups too.
Okay.
Like I scooped it out like to where the ball doesn't touch, so it doesn't bottom out, and then I scooped it extra and left a little nipple in the
Dude,
cup.
that was really dope. I thought that was like an ode to the mountain because
There was also that.
after
You're thinking of this though.
Yeah.
This is like the base cup one I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a little different one, but there's a little nipple action for the nerds here. Little nip slip.
The triple nip.
Yeah, my nubbin.
Dude.
But yeah, man, this is so yeah, we just made a lot of shit, and yeah, that dude just goes and goes and goes and just keeps turning. And then actually, so yeah, we did that night, right? And then the next morning we were leaving to Sapporo. The event started at 5:30 p.m. thankfully in Sapporo, and which was like about a 2-hour drive or so from Kuchan.
Yeah.
And so we're getting ready. I'm getting my like luggage put together and everything, and Soma's like all of a sudden just turns the lathe on. And his mom is like, what the fuck? Why? You guys are leaving soon. And he's like, oh, I got to make one for Rod. He had to make me a Ken before we left.
No way.
And I was just like, bro, I mean, I'm stoked, but like, holy fuck, the timing, man. What the hell? You know, like, it was so funny.
We need to leave now.
It was basically like him and Yasu came up with a shape. And so we were calling it the Yasu shape, and they really enjoyed it. And it is a very sick shape.
Yeah.
And so he wanted to make me one, just because, you know, so that now I have one. And then whenever Yasu wants one, I can make one as well. No, this is actually my shape. This is some wood that I wish I had the keyaki with me. It's in my backpack. I made a keyaki one that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But this one is like this is shinoki.
Oh,
Which is like it's kind of like it seems like a keyaki's sibling. Like it's got the same kind of like elmy vibes to it.
Oh.
It's really hard, but cutting it was like super easy.
Feels light.
It's 90 some grams.
Oh, okay. I was wrong.
Yeah, it's definitely a little heavy, but like it's a fucking sick wood. I really enjoyed working with it.
Has this given you any inspiration
Dude.
for you
Yeah.
in your workshop?
Oh yeah. Like, well, I mean, wood-wise for sure, but it's also like one of the things.
So like like event-wise, like party.
Oh, see,
People down. I guess in your situation,
this is what I was gonna say. Is that the difference is my workshop isn't at my house. It's not so free like that.
No.
Like my workshop is a shared space that I rent with, and other people use that space. Technically, I don't think I'm really actually allowed to bring other people there.
Okay.
Per se, I do, and it's usually fine. But like,
That was another thing I was thinking of. Like, what were the safety regulations and precautions that?
so I was
like,
always
here's what you got to watch out for.
there isn't
Hair.
there isn't
What are the?
there wasn't any. I was the one telling everyone not to do shit.
Yeah.
Well, he knows now.
He knows,
and he
right.
did know, but he's still very frou-frou about it. So
Yeah.
and I'm just like, dude, like, you remember when I almost lost all of my fingers?
Yeah.
You should. I mean, it was a different machine, but still. But no, I bought him some extra safety glasses and shit while we were there, and some other stuff. And he doesn't have a mask yet, but he fucking needs one. It's so dusty.
Yeah, I saw you guys
There's so much wood coming out of my nose. Oh my god, dude! Just a whole tree coming out.
And when I get back to home, I open the suitcase and bring my
your clothes out.
jacket.
Oh yeah, just wood.
All in size.
All
Yeah, oh yeah, wood chips.
just
Yeah.
chips.
So much. Yeah, I probably still have some.
Pocket.
Oh, I definitely still have some in here. Here, check it out.
out.
Boom.
Yo.
Definitely. Yeah. What is that? Oh, it's keyaki actually. Ooh. Save that for later. But yeah, no, like honestly, as far as like inspiration for my workshop, I would love to have a party thing like that, but I don't have the space for it. His space is just so different. And maybe at some point I'll have my own space that's not shared, whatever. But what I did take away from that is that I kind of take my shit when I'm going to my shop and stuff. It's more of a like, I have to get myself there, and then I'm there, and I have to kind of like make that worth it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like I don't want to go because I don't want to go through the process of getting there. You know.
Yeah.
And like in Vancouver, it rains a lot. You know, I don't want to fucking either pay for an Uber or an Evo or whatever to get there, or bike in the rain, or you know, it's kind of annoying.
His situation
So,
of just
but like,
up and just fucking.
yeah, but like with his, it was so much more like just for fun turning, you know, like I kind of have been approaching it in a way where like I want to make things, and like this is like my goal is to have these kendamas done, kind of thing, which is good, I think, and I'll still keep that, but more of that freestyle frou attitude, I think, is definitely a little more needed for me, because it's like then I can just go and just make something. It doesn't even have to be a kendama, just go make some shit and just go fuck around.
Feel like kind of hooking back to like the 28 tricks later, like all that stress, like having that frou-frou from Soma, I feel like is a good kind of just like chill.
Yeah.
Like live in now more than just focusing about the bigger picture. Cause
100%.
now when you focus on now, then the bigger picture is even better when you look back on it.
100%. Well, I mean, the bigger picture doesn't matter as much because you're focused on the now. I mean, it's the only truth is now, the present moment.
I guess that's why he just keeps on going until he hits the wall.
Exactly. And then all of a sudden he's fucking
Turned off.
Yeah.
There's so
Dude, I have so many pictures of him just literally dead. There was the one part in my video that I posted, the last Kuchan one.
You put something in his mouth?
Yeah, so I put lemon juice. I found a lemon in the fridge and I cut it open. I squeezed lemon juice and put it in his mouth while he was sleeping. I told him I was gonna do that. I wasn't like some unsolicited shit. I like every night I would be like, yo, wake up, go to bed. Don't fucking sleep in the chair, you fucking animal. You know, like, and because he'd wake up in the morning and he'd be like, oh, I'm so sore. Like I slept on the chair. I'm like, I know, I told you not to.
Yeah.
You know, like fucking go to bed. Your bed's right there. You know, and like I'd almost fight with him because he'd be like, yeah, no, I can't. You get 10 more seconds. You're out. And I'm like, 10 more seconds of my ass, you fuck. Just stand up. I would even like pick him up, like literally lift him and get him standing. And he would be like, I'd get him walking. He'd be like, yada, no. And he'd just go back. And I'm just like, what is wrong with you? You know what? And so I actually showed him a video where people were putting lemon juice in people's mouth while they were sleeping. And I thought that was funny. And then so I mentioned I was going to do it to him this time. And I was like, are you sure you want to sleep there? Are you sure you want to sleep there? I found a lemon. You know, like I said all of that to him beforehand.
Fair warning, it's coming.
So it wasn't just some like unsolicited crazy,
Yeah.
put some shit in some kid's mouth, you know, just like,
Here,
he's not a kid anymore. But yeah, it was very funny.
So
It turned out very well.
It seems like, yeah, a true party. Like the naming was just like,
It was a true Kendama party in Hokkaido.
Party.
Good times were had by all.
And then it's over. Everyone split their ways. But I feel like it seems like, yeah, one of those, another connection of just having friends or other people to connect with Kendama. And in this case, it's like such a different outlook or not, a different focus of shaping, creating kens, having people get their hands to try to make it yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
In this place where you can, because fucking it's frou-frou who owns it. So it's just, that's, everything goes, and everything and anything.
Basically.
So it seems like a real impressive push to show more of everyone. Like come back to hang out with friends. And also pretty much anyone can do this. This kind of like vibe party. Maybe have it take it like maybe like upcoming fair games is another one that's like maybe more event focused. But of course, all events are about like gatherings.
It's all an excuse just to get together.
And then where's something new that you can add to it? Here it was shaping and snow. Hokkaido, when people come to Japan, is kind of rare unless you're going
a bit of a sense to get up there. Is that you have to not only fly to Tokyo, but you fly to Sapporo, and then from Sapporo take a train. You know, the train was another like 2 hours, 3 hours or something like that. Yeah. And like through the snow, like the train's pretty crazy. You know, you're going and like it's like snow, super deep, and then all of a sudden you look out the other side and the ocean's there.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, it is a one of a kind spot.
Seemed dope.
One thing I noticed the events, this guy's crazy.
Me?
Master.
It's good crazy with his shaping.
Super fast.
Yeah.
I shape I shape salado for it takes like 3 hours. But this guy makes like 20 minutes.
I mean, it goes to show, because how long have you been doing it?
10 years, right?
10 years. Yeah. 10 years. Nobu?
2 days?
2 days? Yeah.
There you go.
まだまだだね。Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, maybe next year you'll be faster, bud. We'll have to figure it out.
So that's dope.
Mama, I wanna go Canada.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. Anytime.
Can I go?
Of
For
course.
safety.
Yeah.
For safety.
For safety. Yeah, I'll bring you some hair ties and a mask. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, only a little frou-frou.
A little.
Yeah, a little frou.
When you're not on the lathe, you major frou-frou.
Yeah.
When you're working, shaping, little.
Little.
Yeah,
Just serious.
a little bit. Yes.
Careful.
In my workshop, we have other machines too, not just the lathe, right? So those machines are the dangerous ones, especially like the saws and the jointer and the planers and those where like you really do have to just make sure you have your shit together. Otherwise, you lose your fingers like I did. Almost. I think about it so often. I'm so happy I have all of my fingers because I could be like this right now. I literally could.
Ugh.
But frou-frou.
Hey, episode 70. 70.
It's special quick surprise guest from Nobu. Domo.
But yeah, hey everyone, we're gonna call it right there. But I'm glad we were able to catch up here in
quick guy.
Nobu in Tokyo,
Quick sesh.
and yeah, just see what was going on in these past few months. New edit happened.
Your new edit.
28 tricks later. Hokkaido Kendama Party.
Hopefully by the time this is up, I'll have the new edit stuff announced.
Definitely will.
So I'm still waiting on like 2.
Bet you will.
I'm gonna start bugging them.
Well, for all those
You know who you are.
good shit for everyone who made an edit, put in the work.
It's so good. This hits crazy.
Hats off to all the sponsors as well. Yeah, over 100 entries. Amazing. You finally hit the mark, bro.
Did it. We did it. I didn't do shit. I just got you guys to do it.
That's true. But you got just keep it going. You know,
That's right.
it's not giving up, and then people get on it. And people are
right.
Let me give it a try.
Absolutely.
It was dope.
Hell yeah. And as always, shout out all the Patreons.
Thank you so much.
Kendertainment
Amazing people.
coming in there, supporting us, getting this little nerd ball rolling, keeping the momentum.
If you want to add more to the nerd ball than instead of just like watching, liking, commenting and stuff, you know, you can be a part. Check out the Patreon website. You can also check out merch. I got merch going, and hopefully the winter line will still be up. All the medieval type focus stuff. So we'll be able to, or you'll be able to pick that up if you like. There's another
Quick surprise that
guest and Botus and episode 70.
has, yeah. And I guess on that note, these nerds are out.